Welcome to the American Dream and the American Dream Studio. I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and today we're taking you to Seattle for a real show, not a reality show, about the neighborhoods, the lifestyles, and the culture. Dan Keller and our top realtors out there are going to show you what this city has to offer. Let's get the show started right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
I got it. I got it.
Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Financing the American Dream. My name is Dan Keller, and today's episode is going to piggyback off of last month's message. We're on a mission to help first-time homebuyers better understand their options and make a smart financial decision when buying a home. Today's episode is near and dear to my heart because I was raised on the Bremerton Naval Station, and I've spent the majority of my career helping veterans and active duty servicemen and women buy real estate but make smart decisions with their money and build long-term wealth through real estate. So let's go sit down with William Smith. He's a 12-year combat veteran in the United States Army, but he's also a mortgage professional, and he's helping a lot of veterans as they're navigating out of service into home ownership. And this is gonna be super valuable. Let's go meet William. Hey, we get the opportunity today to sit down with a real American hero, a true hero. Well, I want you to share a little bit of your story, how you went from serving in the armed forces to now serving veterans as a VA mortgage advisor. So kind of bring us up to speed in 30 seconds or less.
Absolutely, can do.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I did serve my 12 years in the Army. I got out. Didn't buy my first home until I was 33 years old.
Okay.
After having 12 years in the Army, you'd think I know a thing or two about VA loans. Wrong. It wasn't until I purchased my first home at the age of 33 when I didn't know anything, and the lender I work with didn't know a whole lot either.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know now, given all my friends and family that are military, I like to take what I know, try to pay it forward and help them out, try to achieve home ownership. Yeah. There's a lot of things you can do with the VA home loan that they just simply don't know about. There's a lot of misconceptions, myths, and that's really what I want to kind of crack on today.
You heard it from a 12-year veteran of the armed forces, comes back and had very little education on the benefit that you earn. One day in service is enough to earn, a VA benefit, right? But not, let alone 12 years, and really had no guidance on how to use his benefits to build future wealth, to realize the American dream. Here's the other thing. Did you hear him say that even the mortgage professional that he chose seemed to be lost at moments? So this is really important that you understand. Real estate agents, if you're listening to this, working with a professional matters. Working with a guy like Will that had to learn the hard way. He's put his life on the line to serve us, comes back to try to use his VA benefits, and kind of gets the raw end of the deal because the people that he was working with didn't truly understand the program that he was trying to use. And so our message today is, but make sure you're working with a pro. If you have any questions on VA financing, this is your guy. I've been helping people with VA home loans for 15 years, and I put my heart and soul into it because the last thing I'm gonna do is screw up for a guy that put his life on the line for us. So, dude, I appreciate you being here. I encourage everyone watching this to reach out to this guy, shake his hand, give him some knuckles, but it's an honor to actually get to work side by side with you.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, brother. Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you're a real estate professional, do me a favor and get this information out to the real estate community. And make sure you see a veteran, or if you know a veteran, thank them for their service.
Hey American Dream, welcome to Selling Seattle. I'm your host, Beth G. Today we are at Lincoln Park, and unless you live in West Seattle, it's one of Seattle's hidden gems. Today we're going to check out the playgrounds, parks, baseball fields, the wading pool, and then we're also going to check out the 1 mile trail that leads to Coleman Saltwater Pool. Let's go. We're walking in Lincoln Park, and behind me is one of 3 baseball fields. There are also 2 soccer fields and a tennis court. The city acquired this as a public park in 1922, and it has 135 acres. So I recommend before you come to the park, go online, download a map, and it will help you for easier navigation through the park. Picnic time. What park is complete without a picnic area for barbecues and get-togethers? We are in one of many of the picnic areas in Lincoln Park. Behind me is a playground, and there's also a picnic shelter and barbecue areas, and we're right next to the wading pool. You can even reserve a picnic shelter. We're here on the 1 mile paved walking trail in Lincoln Park. In the background are the scenic Olympic Mountains, as well as the Puget Sound, and you can watch ferries go in and out and also catch the most amazing sunsets. The trail we were just on leads to Coleman Pool. The cool thing about Coleman Pool is it's the area's only saltwater outdoor pool. It takes water from the Puget Sound, filters it, and heats it to 85 degrees. While swimming in Coleman Pool, due to the proximity to Puget Sound, it's possible to see sea lions and whales. Thanks for joining us today on American Dream as we toured Lincoln Park. If you are near the West Seattle area, it is a must-see. We'll catch you next time on American Dream.
So what I want to show you guys today is something that's really quite special. This is a Dutch colonial. It's built in 1920. There's really quite a few of them in Seattle. But what really makes this house spectacular is the inside. Let's go take a look. I love how traditional elements in this house have been kept, such as the fireplace. You have the traditional doors out here, which is such a nice contrast to the more modern doors that bring in the view. This really helps give the house a sense of place and soul. What works really well is this dynamic blend between old and new, such as this modern Italian Sonata sofa and this more classic coffee table. Moving on into the dining room, we have this continuation of harmony between the different styles between, let's say, these wishbone chairs, mid-century, to this 18th century mirror, to the Japanese chests over here. It really adds depth to the home. My absolute favorite piece of furniture in this home is this 1964 Caroselli armchair. It was designed in Finland by falling back into a snowbank. A lot of the furniture that you see throughout this house comes from Inform Interiors, and that's where we're going to go next. So here we are in the Melrose district of Capitol Hill at Inform Interiors. If you're into design or an architect, this is really the only place to go. We should check it out. Hillary, lots of really, really great stuff here. Maybe you can walk us through some of this and show us what you have.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that most people don't know about Inform is how many accessories we do carry. We carry a lot of the classic lines, Itala, Alessi, pieces from Fritz Hansen.
It's beautiful.
And then we try to strike a balance between gifts and then pieces for your home as well.
What is this? This looks interesting.
This is actually a candle from Ingo Mauer. It's a German designer, and it's digital. So it's on a loop and is randomized, so you never get the same pattern.
And then you don't have to worry about wax stains.
Yeah, and you can dim it down as well. So you truly get the feel of candlelight.
That's beautiful. Hillary, you guys have so much beautiful furniture in here. What are some of the more popular or newer pieces that you have here?
This is definitely one of our most popular pieces. It's the Gentry from Moroso, and it's in this big braid fabric, which is so comfortable when you sit in it, and the texture is amazing.
Can I sit in it?
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
It's really nice.
Oh, I don't know if I need to see anything else, but what else do you have?
No, let's go.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
Definitely. This is the Minotti Connery sectional, and we just got it in the showroom not too recently. But we love Minotti for how they set the bar so high in terms of style, comfort, and construction.
It's beautiful.
The whole setting's actually from Minotti. And when you put it in your home, it's the look you want for your whole house.
I love how it's all fits together. It looks very curated.
Yeah, it's definitely, when you're buying a setting, you can't really introduce any other brand.
Thank you so much for showing us around today.
Thanks for coming by, Chris. It was my pleasure.
Well, you know, it is always a huge inspiration for me to come down here, so thank you. This is Chris Kohler with The American Dream. I'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Amy Zier. Today we're here at the Finery in Seattle. It's a design firm that you are gonna wanna know about. I'm gonna take you inside and tell you all about the process of design and how you can customize your home. Let's take a look. Hi, we are here at the Finery with my friend Brett Ashley, and she's gonna tell us all about what the Finery is and give us a little walk and tour of the Finery today.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming and welcome to the Finery. So Beth G our owner, established the Finery in early 2017, about a mile down the road at our first little location. It was a home store and design studio. Shortly after establishing it, she brought on an assistant and then ultimately a second designer to help with color consulting services. And about 3 years later, she moved the home store to this new beautiful location with the goal of expanding her team to provide a full spectrum of design services to our clientele.
Perfect, that's awesome. So what brought you to the Finery?
So I am part of that expansion goal. I am one of 3 full-time designers here at the Finery, and we really focus on meeting the design needs and goals of our clients, and we have a full spectrum team that we can really support and realize their design goals.
So what I really want to hear about is how the architect and design build process happens. Would you show me what that is like when someone comes into the Finery?
I would love to.
So Brett Ashley, tell me all about what it's like to come in and say that you need something. What kind of design work do you guys do? Tell me about that process.
Sure. So we work with clients in the greater Seattle area. We really make an effort to make our services approachable and accessible to projects of all sizes and budgets. So we have a full spectrum of clientele that comes in. We have new construction builds, we have remodel projects such as yours, we have projects where clients come in and want a kitchen or a bathroom refresh, or even furniture plans and specifications for one room up to all the rooms in their home. So we really have that full spectrum of services.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, I can't wait to take a little peek around at some of the products that you have, some of the design that you have. I know that all these drawers are full of tile and cool things and samples that we can take a look at. So can you show me some of those things?
Yes, this is the fun part. So as an example, this drawer is one of many that contains our tile samples. So we have procured a collection of all of our finishes that may be needed for remodel refresh projects as well as furnishings, where we have easy access to these materials and save the client time and money by having the resources readily available.
I can totally see the benefit of having all the samples here rather than having to go around to a whole bunch of different stores and collect all of the samples.
Yes.
And being overwhelmed by a huge tile store that has so many options.
Right. That's one thing we see a lot with clients where they've gone shopping on their own and they're just overwhelmed. Yeah. Whereas working with the designer, we are going to pare down those options to what we feel is going to best suit their project, their lifestyle, their personality, so that we're basically doing that legwork for them to provide them the information to proceed with confidence.
Thanks for joining me today on The American Dream. We got to talk with designer Brett Ashley and hear all about the design process and how to make your home even more beautiful. That's a wrap. Thanks for joining me today.
Here in downtown Seattle in Lower Queen Anne neighborhood. I have the iconic Space Needle right behind me. A couple blocks down from here is the famous Meredith Grey's house from Grey's Anatomy, if there's any Grey's Anatomy fans out there. We've got Cary Park up over the hill, as well as my alma mater, Seattle Pacific University. I went there almost 20 years ago now, but as a young college student, I would save up all my cash, go in and get my lashes done at a local lash boutique. Get lash extensions, get the brows waxed, get everything cleaned up and ready. Well, today we're gonna go back into that same boutique that I had my lashes done at when I was a college student, meet the owners and hear about their story. Thank you guys so much for inviting us into your boutique today. I'm standing here with the owners of the Lash and Wax Boutique, Carolina and OJ. So you guys have been doing this for a really long time, nearly 20 years now.
Yeah. Almost, yes.
Almost
yes.
20 years.
Yes, yes.
So why did you start the Lash and Wax Boutique?
First of all, I've always been in the industry, always, like over 20 years. And my husband here just kind of pushed me and said, you should just open up a store, open up your own stuff. And there was nothing like this. And so we tried it out. We started in Greenwood and now look at us. Now we're
3 locations.
Yeah.
I love it. So what are some of like the most popular services that you guys do?
The favorites, of course, lashes, lash lifts, semi-permanent makeup, brow lamination.
Anything to add on some of the popular services, OJ?
Well,
I know you do some of the services
Yeah.
too.
I've been doing lashes for about 12 years myself, and I'm actually one of the trainers, so if somebody really wants to learn how to do it right, I believe that's what's really stuck our business out, is that we make sure that each lash is applied to the individual lash.
Yes.
So we don't ruin your lashes. We take that time and energy to make sure that when you leave, you're going to leave with something that you feel confident with.
We mentioned that Lash and Wax has 3 locations, Green Lake, Queen Anne, and then now they've got the East Side presence in Redmond as well. You guys are incredibly successful, but I know it has not always been easy. And I know, growing up, OJ, I know you had a pretty tough upbringing.
I did, yeah.
And I know, Carolina, you were pregnant with with your firstborn is 17.
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
that's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
As a mother of three, that's a lot.
Yes.
And
yes.
so what is like your secret to success?
Well, just believe in yourself. I think, you know, and of course I have a great partner.
Absolutely.
You know, he's like my best friend and my business partner. And yeah, I mean, we just continue, work hard.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I think for me, it's mostly being counted out, unfortunately. You know, even when I decided to become a lash tech, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, you're going to be a lash guy, you know, you're going to do lashes.
Including.
You're a construction guy, you know?
Right.
And I'm like, I can do whatever I want, you know, and I made a really good game plan with this, and it's worked out to the T.
Yeah.
And I get really, really excited. It's something the tiger gets inside of me when somebody says I can't do something.
Yes.
And so I just
love that.
feed off of that, and then when it happens, it's just like everything falls in place.
I love that you're like, I'm a construction guy, but I can do lashes too.
Yeah.
And if you tell me I can't, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it better than anyone.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So yeah, and
That's awesome. So you guys are known for your Frenchies, your French bulldogs.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Now the question I have is, do they really come everywhere with you?
Yes, everywhere.
Except
Yeah.
for the bathroom. That's
Okay,
it.
well, yes, true. Yes, but and sometimes we gotta sneak them in.
every day?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Everywhere we go.
Thank you guys so much for taking the time, letting us come into your boutique today. You guys are such an inspiration in the community, pillars of the community, and we just really appreciate you allowing us to come in and hear a little bit about your story and see your awesome boutique.
Thank you, Brittany.
So
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me here today. Next time you're in Seattle and you feel like getting all dolled up, make sure and check out the Lash and Wax Boutique. They have a location right here in Queen Anne, also one in Green Lake or on the east side in Redmond. I'm Brittany Hahn, and this has been The American Dream.
Welcome to The American Dream. Tonight we're in Columbia City. Columbia City is one of the oldest areas of Seattle, and it's a beautiful neighborhood with lots of art and culture. It's very close to Lake Washington and just minutes from downtown Seattle. Tonight, I'm actually playing saxophone in the Seattle Women's Jazz Orchestra, and I'm playing at the famous Royal Room in Columbia City. So let's go inside, meet the owner, one of the co-owners, Wayne Horvitz, and meet the executive director of SWOJO. We're here tonight at the Royal Room with the world-famous co-owner, composer, and pianist Wayne Horvitz. Wayne, thanks for letting the American Dream come to the beautiful Royal Room.
Thank you so much.
So how long have you owned this club?
Well, we opened very end of 2011. And everyone thinks it's a jazz club because we have a grand piano, and we do a lot of jazz. And the room's good for acoustic music, and it's good for sort of medium volume music, et cetera. But we actually do all sorts of music. We do some avant-garde music, some improvised music. We support that a lot. We support contemporary classical music, but we do also a lot of singer-songwriters. And then we also just have, you know, bands that are fun, particularly on weekends, you know.
And how's it been going? I mean, since COVID, has things picked up, or?
Oh yeah, that was amazing because, you know, it went great artistically from the very beginning, but it really started to do great, and then COVID came.
Of course, yeah, exactly.
So, but I think we're coming out of it.
That's fantastic. And you know, I have to say, I've been here before, and the food is fantastic.
Yeah, Raul is our chef, and he runs the kitchen, and he's just been here. He's been awesome. I mean, we kind of had a template when he came in, but he keeps changing it up, and it's really good. Yeah,
that's fantastic. Well, I have to tell you, if you're in Seattle and you're looking for something to do, come to Columbia City and come to the Royal Room, because Wayne's running a beautiful operation, and there's just wonderful music every night. The band's playing in the background, but I'm here with the executive director of the Seattle Women's Jazz Orchestra and my friend and client, Marge Rosen. It's exciting because this is the first time in 3 years that the band's played together. How do you feel about it?
I'm so excited that we're back. This is great.
We're two of the original members. When was the band formed?
It was formed in 2000. So it's been over 20 years that we've been playing together.
It's very exciting. Marge is the ace trumpet player and has recently taken up the drums. So she plays in a lot of bands on the peninsula in Port Angeles and Port Townsend. How do you feel about where the band's headed from here on out?
So excited. We've got a lot of fresh, young talent in the band, and we're really looking forward to bringing more exciting compositions by women composers.
And one of the really cool things March has done is she created an International Women's Jazz Composition Contest. And how many years has that been going on?
This is going to be the 10th year, and we've gotten submissions from women composers all around the world.
It's very exciting. Well, Marge, thanks so much for being on The American Dream, and I look forward to playing with you tonight.
Yay.
Thank you. So we're about to start our gig. Thanks for joining The American Dream. I'm Ann Nordling.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show as much as I enjoyed hosting it. This is a real show, not a reality show, about real estate, lifestyle, and culture. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget, you can follow the story on social media as well at The American Dream TV. Until next time, cheers to your American Dream.
Hello, America, and welcome to The American Dream,
a national TV show centered on real estate, lifestyle, and culture. Let's get this show started right now.
I ain't gonna wait. I'm coming at you straight. Got you in my rear view. I don't even hear you. I'm already flying away.
I cannot wait to show you the inside of this incredible estate.
Welcome back to The American Dream.
Let's get this show started right now.
I don't think they heard me. I don't think they heard me the first time.
Does this ever get old? A national TV show centered on real estate, lifestyle, and culture.
There's never a day that I don't love hopping on my cruiser, taking a spin around the bay.
Yeah, you know the biz, baby. Yeah, you know the biz, baby. The way we win, it ain't fair. But ask, do I care? Do I care? I'ma just do my thing, do my thing, do my thing.